Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Kenyan Rider. So today we'll be heading towards Corner Baridi. The route that we shall be using is will come through Langata Road, and then join the Southern Bypass and connect to Ngong Road. From Ngong Road, we'll go straight till Ngong Town, where now we shall connect from Ngong Town all the way to Kiserian. Then after Kiserian, we now head to Corner Baridi. Corner Baridi is actually located at the edge of the Ngong Hills, on your way to Lake Magadi from Kiserian, but not too far from Kiserian. I think it's just about 6 kilometers. And one of the main interesting things about this place is the view of the Great Rift Valley that you get, because most people are used to the viewpoint, which is on your way to Naivasha. So there is that escarpment viewpoint that you have there, which most people tend to use to see the Great Rift Valley. But there's also the other side of it, which is down to the south. So some of the things that you can do here, there are actually some amazing restaurants that are around here. Some with views of both Nairobi and the Great Rift Valley, because Nairobi is located in some sort of basin, or at least the hills around Nairobi, where you can actually get good aerial views of Nairobi itself as a city. Yeah, so that's just some interesting facts about that place. While we're heading there, I'd just like to talk a bit about lane positioning, basically my perspective on lane positioning. So when you're riding on your lane, there are 3 positions you can actually take on a motorcycle. Position 1, which is to the extreme left, position 2, which is in the middle, and position 3, which is at the extreme right. Knowing your lane position, or basically your lane positioning, is very important for 3 main reasons. The first one, which is the most important, is to be able to own your lane. Number 2 is to see what is happening ahead of you. And finally, number 3 is your ability to avoid an accident while you're positioning yourself. So position 1, which is on the extreme left, tends to be the most commonly used position used by most riders here in Nairobi, which I strongly do not recommend, simply because none of those 3 conditions are met. Number 1, you don't own your lane, because other drivers will squeeze you out of the road when you're there. Number 2, you can't really see what's happening ahead of you. You can't see you can see, but you don't get a good view of what is happening ahead of you. And number 3, it is very difficult to avoid an accident. Why? Because on the left is the pavement or a ditch, so you can either run into other people or you can fall into a ditch. Position 2, which is I only recommend that position when the road ahead of you is clear, simply because number 1, you own your lane, meaning that in order for somebody to pass you, they'll actually need to overtake you. They cannot squeeze to the extreme left, otherwise the part of the vehicle will be off the road, and they cannot go to the extreme right, because basically they cannot squeeze themselves to the extreme right, because they'll have to squeeze themselves through oncoming traffic or other vehicles within that other lane. However, the disadvantage about position 2, which is the middle, is first of all, you can't really see what is ahead of you, because especially if there's a very large vehicle, even something as small as a Prado, or something as large as a trailer or a bus, you really can't see what's happening ahead of you. All you see is just the back of that vehicle, which is quite dangerous. And also, when it comes to trying to avoid accidents, you will need to swerve to your extreme left or your extreme right. Like, there's a lot more swerving that you'll need to do in order to avoid an accident. And then position 3, which is the extreme right, which is the most recommended position, it meets the 3 criteria, which is you own the lane, because again, it's very unorthodox for a driver to try and squeeze themselves between you and the pavement. So if they need to pass you, they'll need to pass you on the other lane. Number 2, you can actually see what's happening ahead of you, whether it's a trailer, a Prado, a bus. It doesn't matter which vehicle is ahead of you, you can easily see what is happening ahead of you. Number 3, in order to avoid an accident, all you need to do is just swerve just a little bit to your right, and then you will be able to avoid any accident in case of any emergency braking or that sort of thing. Yeah, so if you ask me, most people, when they actually do these reviews on lane positioning, they do recommend position 3, and I can support that claim, because as I'm riding, it tends to be the most useful position to be in. Yeah, but at the same time, You also get a lot of bullies who try to force you to move out of the way, but as long as you know your rights on the road, you should be okay. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment any suggestions that you may have. For those who are experienced riders, for those do you have anything to add to my recommendation? For the new riders, do you have any experiences because of your lane positioning that you'd like to share? And basically, for everyone, is there anything that I could improve on, anything that I should keep doing? The comment box is always open. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you're informed of any time I upload a video. Yeah, so with that said, I'll catch you on the next one.